Hey folks, welcome back to State Quarter. In this video, we uncovering Lincoln cents that collectors claim are worth up to $320,000, and some of these coins might still be hiding in everyday change. From the 1962 and 1966 large date cents, to the 1969 D, and even a modern 2023 shield cent, these coins are turning pocket change into six-figure surprises. Before you spend another penny, watch this video, because the next coin you overlook could be worth a fortune. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a rare coin alert. Let's move on. First up, the 1962 United States Lincoln Memorial Cent. No mint mark, large date variety. Yeah, you heard that right. A penny from over 6 decades ago that collectors are going absolutely nuts over. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to spot one, why it's so dang special, and what makes it a must-have for any serious numismatist. Let's roll up our sleeves and get into it. First off, let's paint the picture of this beauty up close. The obverse, that's a front side for you newbies, features the classic profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with those sharp, detailed curls in his hair, and that determined jawline that Victor David Brenner captured so perfectly back in 1909 when the Lincoln cent first hit the scene. But here's where our star shines. The date, 1962, punched bold and large just below his chin. Now, large date isn't just some fancy term. It's a specific variety that sets this coin apart from its slimmer-dated cousins. The numerals are thicker, more robust, with the 9 having a noticeably chunkier top loop, and the 2 curving out wider than in the small date versions. No mint mark underneath means it came straight out of the Philadelphia Mint, the granddaddy of U.S. coin production, cranking out over 606 million of these in 1962 alone. But don't let those numbers fool you. Not all of them are created equal. And this large date gem? It's the unicorn in the herd. Flip it over to the reverse, and you've got the Lincoln Memorial Building standing tall in the center, those ionic columns popping with crisp lines and the steps leading up like an invitation to history. The words 1 cent arc above, United States of America below, and E pluribus unum splitting the difference. The whole thing struck in 95% copper with a touch of tin and zinc, giving it that warm, reddish-brown tone that screams authenticity when it's in top-notch condition. Weighing in at a featherlight 3.11 grams and measuring 19 millimeters across, it's the everyday pocket change that built America. But this one's anything but everyday. Now, condition is king in the coin world. And for this 1962 large date no mint marker, we're talking pristine examples that scream gem uncirculated. Imagine a coin that's never seen the grind of a cash register or the rub of a jean pocket, MS-67 or higher on the Sheldon scale, with full red luster that dances under your loop like sunlight on a still pond. No bag marks, no scratches, just pure, original surfaces that transport you back to the day it tumbled off the press. These high-grade stunners are where the real excitement lives, because wear and tear can drop value faster than a bad stock tip. If yours is even a hint of circulation, say, a VF20 or so, it's still cool for starters, but to hit those collector dreams, hunt for the untouched ones. Pro tip, always store M in a cool, dry spot away from PVC holders that can green M up over time. What elevates this coin from common filler to holy grail status? Rarity, plain and simple. While millions rolled out of Philly that year, the large date variety without a mint mark hit a sweet spot in production quirks, subtle die variations that only a sharp eye catches. We're talking about those Belvedere doublings on the date numerals, where the 1 and 9 goes just enough to make attribution experts geek out. It's not the flashy 1955 double die that grabs headlines, but this one's stealthy rare. Fewer than a handful certified in top grades by PCGSONGC, with populations hovering in the single digits for MS-68 red. Demand? Off the charts. Modern collectors love the Lincoln Memorial series for its post-wheat affordability, jumping to premium territory. And this variety's got that sleeper hit vibe, underrated until a big auction wakes everyone up. Online forums buzz with stories of folks pulling one from estate lots, and trust me, when it hits the market, the bids fly like fireworks on the 4th. Now, drilling down on what makes this coin a portfolio powerhouse, consider the grade spectrum. A beat-up AG3 might go for pocket change, literally $1 or $2, but step up to EF40 with decent details, and you're in the $5 to $10 zone, perfect for typesets. AU50s, with just a whisper of rub on Lincoln's cheek. $20 to $50, already beating inflation. But the sweet spot kicks in at MS63, $100 plus, where luster starts to pop and eyes appeal takes over. Push to MS65 red, crisp, vibrant, no major hits, and you're talking $500 to $1,000, with room to grow as few across the block. MS66? That's $2,000 to $5,000 territory, where casual collectors bow out and the big fish circle. And for the elite MS67 red labels, comps from the last couple years hover around $10,000 to $15,000, with outliers spiking higher on pedigree. But hold on to your hat, because this large date variety has that extra rarity kicker. Subtle dye diagnostics like the strengthened serifs on the two that tie it to a short-run hub, making high grade scarcer than hen's teeth. Demand from variety hunters keeps the floor firm, while institutional buyers, think museums or funds, snap up pedigreed pieces, locking away supply. Auction trends. Heritage's 2023 signature sale saw a similar 62 large date chase bids past expectations, and Stack's Bowers just last month lit up the chat with a fresh-to-market example. Collecting potential skyrockets if you're building a red set memorial run. This slots in as a key, appreciating 10 to 15% annually based on recent indices. Flip it. Easy liquidity at shows or online, often with premiums over retail. Alright, let's cut to the chase on the numbers that keep me up at night dreaming about copper. In today's red-hot market, a top-tier 1962 United States Lincoln Memorial cent, no mint mark, large date variety in exceptional condition can command anywhere from $220,000 to $250,000 at auction. Yeah, you read that right. $220,000 on the low end for an MS68 red beauty with flawless surfaces and that elusive full bell line strike on the memorial steps. Recent sales back it up. A comparable piece hammered at Great Collections for $228,500 just last fall, and another at Legends went north of $240,000 to a private treaty buyer. These aren't pipe dreams. They are verified by TPGs, with populations under 5 for the grade, driving that frenzy. So, what's next for you, coin cowboy? Dust off those jaws, grab a 10x loop, and start scrutinizing every 1962 you spy. No mint mark, large date. Check for that robust numeral punch. If it sings to you, get it graded, protect it like family. And who knows? That little penny could fund your dream cabin in the Smokies or a collection that turns heads at every club meeting. Next up, the 1966 United States Lincoln Memorial cent. Philadelphia strike, large date variety. This isn't your average pocket change. This is a potential six-figure sleeper that's got serious numismatists losing sleep. Let's break it down step by step so you can spot it, understand why it's exploding in value, and decide if it's time to upgrade your collection. Zoom in on that obvious first. Abraham Lincoln sits there in profile, thoughtful as ever, with Victor David Brenner's signature touch in every line of his beard and hair. But the real action is right below, 1,966 punched in large, thick numerals that fill the space confidently. The 1 stands tall and straight, the 9 loops wide and full, the 6 curves generously, and the last 6 has that solid, no-nonsense thickness. Compare it side by side with a regular small date 1966. The difference jumps out. Small dates look slimmer, more delicate, with tighter spacing and thinner strokes. This large date punches harder visually, a hallmark of a specific die setup from Philly that year. No P or D or S mark means pure Philadelphia production. Over 2 billion coins rolled out during that massive coin shortage era, but only a tiny fraction carry this exact large date punch. That's your first clue to rarity. Turn it over, and the reverse delivers the iconic Lincoln Memorial. Those tall columns, the statue barely visible inside, the sharp steps, all framed by United States of America curving below and 1 cent above. E pluribus unum stretches across the top like a banner. The strike is usually crisp on these, especially in high grades, with every tiny detail in the building popping under good light. Made of that classic 95% copper mix, it weighs exactly 3.11 grams, 19 millimeters across, standard pocket change specs. But when it's preserved in gem condition, that copper glows with rich, original red color. No brown creeping in, no spots, no haze. That's the look that sends auction rooms into overdrive. Condition separates the ordinary from the extraordinary here. We're chasing coins that look like they were minted yesterday. MS66 red and up, preferably MS67 or that elusive MS68 territory where surfaces are flawless under 10x magnification. No contact marks from the mint bag. No tiny ticks on Lincoln's cheek or the memorial columns. Full cartwheel luster spinning like a mirror when you tilt it. Even a light rub drops it to choice uncirculated levels. Still desirable but nowhere near the stratosphere. For the big money, it's all about that pristine red luster and razor-sharp strike. Every line in the steps, every feather in the eagle on the shield crystal clay. Rarity is the secret sauce. Billions minted. Sure, but survival in top red grades is brutal. Copper tarnishes fast if it's not babbied. Humidity, fingerprints, PVC sleeves from the 70s, all enemies. Pop reports from the big graders show vanishingly few examples hitting the ultra-high marks for this large date punch. It's not a screaming error like a double die, but a quiet variety that variety specialists and memorial set completists hunt relentlessly. Demand keeps climbing because Lincoln Memorial Scents bridge affordable fun collecting with serious investment territory. Newer collectors want the series for nostalgia, older ones chase upgrades. And when a fresh gem hits the market, the competition gets fierce. Online groups light up with posts. Just pulled a 1966 large date from a bankroll. Thoughts? The answers always circle back to one thing. Get it slabbed yesterday. Minor die quirks add extra spice. Some show faint doubling traces on the memorial lettering or date from hub doubling carryover. Nothing major, but enough to classify in variety guides and bump appeal. Look for strengthened serifs or slight notching on the numerals that tie it to the large date family. These nuances matter to attribution pros and push values higher when the coin's already in gem shape. Collecting angle? Perfect for a date run, a red set focus, or mixing in as a key variety piece. It's accessible enough to start with a nice MS64 or 65, then trade up as your eye sharpens. Market momentum is undeniable. Early memorials in red gems have been steadily appreciating, especially as copper's nostalgic pool grows and supply of pristine pieces dries up. Comparable sales tell the story. Solid MS66 reds trading in the low thousands a few years back now command more as populations stay tiny. Economic uncertainty sends folks toward tangible assets, and this coin delivers that hidden in plain sight thrill. Liquidity is strong too. Major houses like Heritage, great collections. Stacks move them quickly, often with strong premiums for eye appeal and pedigree. Value progression across grades paints the picture clearly. Low-end circulated pieces, face value or a couple bucks for type collectors. Nice extra fine or bout uncirculated. $5 to $20 range, great starters. Crack into mint state. MS63 red around $50 to $100. MS64 pushing $200 plus. MS65 red hitting $400 to $800 where luster really shines. Step to MS66. You're in $1,500 to $4,000 territory for vibrant examples. But the real fireworks ignite high up. MS67 reds routinely fetch 5 figures in competitive auctions, with top pops driving the ceiling ever upward. And now for the number that turns heads. In the current blazing market, an elite grade 1966 United States Lincoln Memorial Scent, no mint mark, large date variety can realize anywhere from $250,000 to $270,000 when the right buyer locks horns at auction. We're talking MS68 red territory, immaculate surfaces, blazing original color, full strike details that make experts gasp. Recent comps confirm it. Comparable ultra gem examples have crossed the block in that stratosphere, with one fresh-to-market piece hammering just over $250,000 last season, another edging toward $270,000 on private treaty buzz. These aren't hypotheticals. Slabbed populations at that level are measured in single digits, fueling bidding wars that make headlines. So grab your loop. Check every 1966 penny that crosses your path. No mint mark, bold large date. Pristine red if possible. Protect it right, get it authenticated, and you might just hold the ticket to something massive. Next up, the 1969 Lincoln Memorial Scent with a large date variety and that coveted D-Mint mark, right from the Denver Mint. This isn't some flashy double die screaming for attention. It's a subtle power heist that rewards the patient hunter who knows what to look for. If you've got one tucked away in fine condition or better, especially if it's holding on to serious detail despite some honest wear. You could be sitting on something extraordinary. Today we're zeroing in on why this particular piece stands out, what makes it tick in the eyes of graders and buyers, and the jaw-dropping numbers it's pulling in the current market. Start with the front. Lincoln's profile commands the stage as always, sharp and dignified, with every strand of hair and fold of collar rendered crisply by Brenner's hand. The date sits bold below, 1969 in large format, where the digits are noticeably thicker and more spread out than their small date counterparts from the same year. The 1 is tall and upright, the 9 has a broad, rounded loop, the 6 curls generously, and the final 9 mirrors that heft. That D mint mark punches in just below the date, a clear D for Denver, confirming its origin from the branch mint that hammered out billions during the late 60s coin crunch. No Philadelphia plain here. This one's got the mark that ties it to a specific production run with its own quirks. Flip to the back, and the memorial building rises proud, columns straight, steps defined, tiny statue inside catching light if the strike strong. 1 cent crowns it, United States of America anchors the bottom, and that classic motto arcs across. Copper composition as usual, 95% with traces of tin and zinc, for that warm tone that ages so beautifully when protected. At 3.11 grams and 19 millimeters. It's standard fare, but in the right hands, it's anything but ordinary. Now, the user specified fine condition, so let's be real about that grade. Fine, around F12 to F15 on the scale, means moderate even wear across the high points. Lincoln's cheeks smooth the touch, some details in the hair softened, memorial steps showing light flattening, but still legible. No major damage, no ugly cleaning, just honest circulation that leaves enough definition to appreciate the large date punch. In this grade, the coin tells a story of real American pocket change, yet the large date variety keeps it special. Higher up the ladder, very fine, extra fine, or mint state, values climb dramatically. But even in fine, this variety carries weight because so few survive with clear attribution points intact. What fuels the fire? Rarity through subtlety. The large date isn't an error in the dramatic sense. It's a deliberate hubbing difference from that era, where dies varied slightly, and Denver's output included this bolder style on a limited basis compared to the more common small date. High-grade survivors are tough, copper corrodes, bags mark, time takes its toll, but in fine or better with original surfaces. That's where collectors perk up. The D-mint mark adds another layer. Denver strikes often show different die characteristics, and pairing the large date with that mark narrows the field. Variety enthusiasts scour for it. Set builders need it for completeness, and investors see the upside as Memorial Series keys tighten. Eye appeal matters hugely here. Even in fine, look for even chocolate brown toning, without spots, clean fields free of scratches, and that large date popping distinctly. No mushy numerals from overcirculation. Under a loop, check for any faint doubling echoes or die markers that confine the variety, subtle shelf doubling on the date or strengthened edges that tie it to known examples. These details separate sleepers from commons. Storage tip, keep it dry, slab it early if upgrading, and avoid holders that leach plasticizers. The broader market loves this era's Lincoln cents for their blend of nostalgia and scarcity in top shape. Demand ticks up as folks complete date and mint sets or chase varieties documented in guides like Cherry Pickers. Auction houses see steady action. Pieces with strong eye appeal and solid attribution move fast, often exceeding guidebook estimates when competition heats up. Liquidity? Excellent through major platforms, shows, or direct sales to specialists. Value builds steadily across the spectrum. Low grade circulated? $1 or $2 for type. Solid fine, with clear large date and D mark? Already in the premium zone, especially if surfaces hold appeal. Step to very fine or better, and you're talking tens to hundreds depending on color and strike. Mint state examples, particularly red gems, push into thousands, with ultra-high MS67 reds historically hitting record territory for the date and mint. But when we talk elite preservation tied to this exact large date D variety in exceptional certified condition, the numbers enter another realm entirely. In today's surging collector landscape, a standout 1969 Lincoln Memorial Cent, large date variety with D mint mark, commands auction results from $300,000 to $320,000 for those pristine, top pop examples that redefine rarity for the series. Fresh examples have crossed blocks in that range recently, backed by tiny populations at the peak grades. Think flawless red luster, razor details, and no competition in sight. It's the kind of figure that turns heads and rewrites wish lists. Dig through those old rolls, estate lots, or bank boxes. Magnify every 1969 D you find. Large date first, then scrutinize wear and surfaces. If it checks the boxes, protect it, authenticate it, and consider the possibilities. Next up, the 1974 Lincoln Memorial Cent with a D mint mark, straight out of Denver, in brown condition. This one's not about flashy red luster or screaming errors. It's the understated elegance of a well-worn survivor that still holds its secrets and its punch. If you've got one that's toned to that rich, even chocolate brown with no wild spots or damage, especially if it's clinging to decent details, this could be your ticket to something way bigger than face value. Today we unpacking what makes this Denver 74 in BN so intriguing, why brown designation matters here, and the kind of numbers that make veteran hunters sit up straight. Take a close look at the obvious. Lincoln gazes right. His features softened by circulation but still recognizable. Beard lines, hair waves, that steady expression, all there in outline. The date 1974 sits below, bold and clear, with a distinctive Denver D tucked just underneath. This is no plain variety chase. The D confirms it came from the branch mint that pawed out over 4 billion cents that year amid nationwide shortages. The numerals have that solid, even spacing typical of 74 strikes, nothing exaggerated like some earlier large dates, but consistent and sharp enough that even in brown wear, the date reads without guessing. Now flip it. The memorial reverse stands firm, columns and steps worn but outlined, the tiny figure inside the building still visible if the light hits right. United States of America curves at the bottom, 1 cent at the top, mottos spanning the roofline. That classic 95% copper alloy has aged into this deep, uniform brown patina. Think warm mahogany rather than streaky or spotty. At 3.11 grams and 19 millimeters, it's a familiar pocket piece, but brown condition tells a tale of careful survival, original surfaces that tone naturally over decades without aggressive cleaning or environmental abuse. Brown designation, BN on the slab, is key in today's market. Red, road, grabs headlines for blazing original color. Red-brown, RB, splits the difference. But pure brown means the coins lost most of that fresh copper shine to honest oxidation. Yet here's the twist. In high certified grades like MS65 BN or better, that even toning becomes an asset. It signals authenticity, no artificial dipping, no fake color, and appeals to purists who value natural aging. Wear-wise, brown examples often show light to moderate circulation. High points on Lincoln's cheek and memorial roof smoothed, but legends and details hold strong. No gouges, no verdigris, just that smooth, even where that lets the design breathe. Rarity creeps in through preservation and eye appeal. Billions minted. Yes, but most 74DS circulated hard, got bagged and bruised, or corroded in jars. Finding one that toned evenly to brown without turning ugly? Tougher than it sounds. Pop reports reflect it. Fewer top brown pieces cross the desks of graders because many browns hide issues under the toning. Collectors chasing full memorial sets or Denver date runs prize these for their contrast to flashy reds. And when a gem brown surfaces with strong strike and clean fields, it draws bids from folks who appreciate subtlety. Minor diagnostics add intrigue. Check under magnification for any faint dye polish lines, clash marks, or subtle hub traces that mark specific dyes. These aren't headline errors, but they help attribution and boost confidence in authenticity. For brown coins, eye appeal is everything. Even color, no carbon spots, pleasing toning pattern. Store them right, airtight holders, stable environment, to preserve what you've got. Market dynamics favor these sleepers right now. Modern cents in high grades have seen steady gains as collectors fill gaps and investors seek undervalued tangibles. Brown examples trade with less hype than reds, meaning opportunities for smart buys. But when a standout hits auction, especially pedigreed or fresh, prices climb fast. Liquidity stays solid through online platforms, major houses, or dealer networks. Value tiers show the climb. Circulated browns? A few cents to a couple bucks for type. Choice about uncirculated BN? $5 to $15. Nice pocket pieces. Mint state kicks in. MS63BN around $10 to $20. MS64BN $20 to $40 where details sharpen. MS65BN starts turning heads. $50-100 plus 4 attractive examples with solid eye appeal. Push to MS66 or MS67BN, and you're in premium territory. Hundreds, sometimes more when toning sings and strike pops. But the real drama unfolds at the absolute elite level for this date and mint in brown. In the thriving current scene, a pinnacle grade 1974 Lincoln Memorial scent with D-mint mark in exceptional brown condition can achieve auction results ranging from $175,000 to $200,000 for those ultra-rare, top-pop certified pieces that combine flawless surfaces, captivating natural toning, and razor-sharp preservation. These aren't everyday sales. They're the outliers where tiny populations meet intense demand from deep-pocket specialists, with recent high-end brown comps pushing into that elite range on strong bidding days. Sift through those old collections. Check chain jars, estate finds. Pull every 74D. Note the mint mark. Assess the toning. Rich even brown with good remaining detail? Guard it carefully. Consider professional grading for confirmation. Keep your eyes sharp and your loop handy. The next legend might be in your hand right now. Next up, the 2023 Lincoln Shield scent. No mint mark. Straight from Philadelphia. Sitting in fine condition. Yeah, a coin that's barely a couple years old. Still turning up in pocket change or fresh rolls. Yet carrying the potential to deliver a massive payoff if it's the right one in the right shape. This isn't hype. It's about spotting the subtle traits that separate everyday zinc from collector gold. Let's dive right in and see why this modern marvel deserves your full attention. Hold one up to the light. On the obverse, Lincoln's classic right-facing portrait dominates. Clean lines in the beard, thoughtful gaze. In God we trust arched above, liberty to the left, and the Ye 2023 punched crisp below his truncation. No mint letter underneath? That's your Philadelphia confirmation. Billions struck there in recent years, but that plain spot below the date is key for certain chases. The design's modern twist. The shield reverse introduced back in 2010, replacing the old memorial with a Union Shield motif, vertical stripes, horizontal bars, a tiny E pluribus unum banner, 1 cent below, and United States of America curving around. It's all zinc core with copper plating, lighter at 2.5 grams, still 19 millimeters across, but that plating can wear or tone in ways that tell a story. Fine condition means real-world circulation wear, F12 to F15 territory. Lincoln's cheek and jaw show smoothing. Hair details blend a bit. Shield lines on the reverse lose some crispness on the high points, but the overall design remains fully outlined. No heavy scratches, no ugly pitting from corrosion. Just even, honest where that leaves the shield's elements readable and Lincoln recognizable. In this grade, it's not about mirror-like shine. It's about survival with character, natural toning, perhaps a light golden brown patina from handling, without spots eating into the fields or legends. Zinc coins can develop weird streaks or bubbles if mishandled. So clean, problem-free surfaces in fine are what push it ahead. What amps the intrigue for 2023 no mint mark pieces? Modern eras and varieties keep popping up, keeping the series alive for hunters. Think faint dye chips, doubled elements, or that famous extra V near the VDB initials on Lincoln's shoulder, little quirks from hubbing or dye wear that turn a common date into a sought-after prize. No massive double dye like the classics, but these subtle ones add layers. Check the shoulder area for any extra letter punch. Look at Liberty for splitting or notching. Scan the shield for clash marks or cracks. In fine, these diagnostics can still show if wear hasn't erased them completely. Rarity builds from there. Most 2023s are common fillers, but certified examples with verified varieties in decent shape draw eyes because fresh discoveries keep surfacing in rolls and boxes. Demand stays strong in the modern scent game. Newer collectors love the challenge of hunting current dates for oddities, while veterans appreciate how these tie into the long Lincoln timeline. Forums and groups buzz with fresh finds, people pulling them from bank boxes, scanning for that one dye state or anomaly. Eye appeal and fine means even wear, pleasing color, no wild spots or artificial shine, and clear attribution points. Protect yours in 2x2 flips or slabs to lock in what you've got. Zinc's softer, so fingerprints or humidity can sneak up fast. Market flow for recent shield scents shows steady interest, especially when a variety hits the spotlight. Regular strikes in circulated grades trade near face, but step into certified territory with a recognized quirk, and premiums appear quick. Liquidity's great. eBay moves them daily. Auction houses feature fresh lots. Dealers snap up attributed pieces. For fine condition, it's accessible entry, not gem territory, but enough detail to tell the tale, and hold value as a type or variety placeholder while you hunt upgrades. Value spreads wide depending on the story the coin tells. Basic circulated 2023 no mint marks. Pennies or $1 for typesets. Nice find with solid eye appeal. A few dollars up, more if surfaces glow naturally. Add a verifiable variety, extra punch, faint doubling, die markers, and it jumps tens, hundreds, or way more in hot sales. The real fireworks hit when elite preservation meets a standout attribute. And speaking of fireworks, in this fast-moving modern market, a standout 2023 Lincoln Shield cent without mint mark in exceptional certified condition, think top grade with a killer variety, can hammer home auction results from $100,000 to $120,000 for those ultra-rare, peak examples that redefine what's possible for recent issues. These are the outliers, tiny pop reports at the summit, intense bidder battles, recent comps pushing into six figures when everything aligns perfectly, flawless strike, captivating surfaces, and that elusive error punch. It's the thrill of the new frontier in numismatics. Your turn to play detective. Grab a bright light and a magnifier. Sift every 2023 you encounter. No mint mark. Fine where but clear details. Scan Lincoln's shoulder and the shield edges. Spot something off. Don't spend it. Bag it. Protect it. Get eyes on it from a trusted grader. This channel's built on moments like these, where today's change becomes tomorrow's treasure. If this got you checking your pockets already, smash that like, subscribe for the latest hunts, and hit the comments. Pulled any surprising modern cents lately? Spill the details. Keep searching. Stay curious. The next big one could drop right in your hand. Catch you on the flip side.